When you think about an aging population, you might see challenges, but what if it's one of the single biggest business opportunities of our generation? Today, we're going to dive into how one company, Ventas, is turning this massive global shift into some serious financial success.
This is the big question, isn't it? And for a company called Ventas, the answer isn't just some theory. No. It's a multi-billion-dollar strategy that is already paying off in a huge way.
So meet Ventas. They're what's called a real estate investment trust, or a REIT, but their focus is super specific. They have bet the farm on what's known as the longevity economy. Basically, everything a rapidly growing senior population needs, from housing to healthcare.
All right, so let's get into the weeds here. What does it actually mean to bet big on an aging population? Let's break it down.
First off, a quick reminder on what a REIT even is. It's pretty simple. These companies don't make stuff, they own the buildings where stuff happens. Think of them like landlords on an absolutely massive scale, collecting rent. But in the case of Ventas, they're very particular about their tenants.
And their portfolio is enormous. I mean, look at this, around 1,400 properties. But here's the real kicker, the key to their entire strategy. The vast majority, over 850 of them, are senior housing communities. This isn't just a side hustle for them, it's the whole game.
Okay, so that's the big bet. But the real question is, did it actually work out for them in 2025? Well, the numbers, they tell a pretty powerful story.
Okay, boom, 15%. That's the headline number for their core business. A huge jump in profitability, year over year. But you gotta ask, right? A 15% jump in what exactly?
Yeah, that's the multi-billion-dollar question. And believe it or not, understanding this one little metric is the key to cracking the whole Ventas success story. Okay, deep breaths. SHOP, same-store, cash, NOI. It sounds super complicated, right? But let's just break it down. Think of it like when you hear about same-store sales for a retailer. It tells you how the stores that have been open for a while are doing. So this metric, it's the purest way to see if their existing senior living homes are actually making more money. And a 15% jump. Whoa. That means they're absolutely crushing it.
And you can see that core strength just ripple through all their other numbers. Look, normalized FFO. Think of that as the cash flow for a REIT, up a super healthy 9%. But the real jaw-dropper is the net income per share. It exploded by 184%. I mean, that's not just growth, that's a rocket ship.
So you're probably wondering, what's fueling this rocket ship? Is it just a lucky break? Nope. Ventas is riding one of the biggest, most predictable waves in our society.
And you don't have to take my word for it. Listen to their CEO, Deborah Cafaro. She says they're capitalizing on a powerful secular demand trend. That's just a fancy way of saying there's a massive, long-term wave of more and more seniors choosing to live in these communities. It's not a fad, it's a fundamental shift.
And here's the proof in the pudding. Look at occupancy. It grew by 300 basis points. Now, that just means it went up by a full 3 percentage points over the last year. In the world of real estate, trust me, that is a huge deal. Every single one of those newly filled rooms is almost pure profit, and that's what's feeding that incredible growth we just saw.
And here's the thing, Ventas isn't just sitting back and enjoying the ride. They're hitting the accelerator. In 2025 alone, they dumped another $2.5 billion into senior housing. They are doubling down big time.
But look, it's not just reckless spending. They have a really simple, smart mantra guiding them. Right market, right asset, right operator. It's all about being surgical and smart, not just buying up everything in sight.
Okay, so the company is doing great. That's fantastic. But what does it mean for the people who put their own money on the line, the shareholders? What's in it for them?
Well, when your business is on fire and you think the future looks even brighter, you get the confidence to do one thing, and that's share the wealth with your investors.
And that's exactly what Ventas did. They announced an 8% hike in their dividend. That's a direct cash payment, a thank you note, sent straight to their shareholders. So to make that real for you, for every single share you own, you're now getting 52 cents back every quarter. This isn't just about the money. It's a huge vote of confidence from the company in its own future.
All right, so 2025 was obviously a home run, but can they keep it up? What does 2026 look like?
They are absolutely not planning on slowing down. They're forecasting that key cash flow metric, their normalized FFO per share, to climb another 8% in 2026. This tells you they believe 2025 wasn't a fluke, it's the new normal.
And their game plan for getting there is pretty simple, really. First, keep getting more out of the properties they already own. And second, start cashing in on that massive $2.5 billion investment they just made. It's a classic 1-2 punch.
Which brings us all the way back to the big idea, right? The Ventas story is just fascinating. It really makes you think. As populations keep getting older, not just here, but all over the world, is this it? Is investing in the longevity economy the real blueprint for growth for the next few decades?